My name is David Sandoval, and I am a really proud member of an amazing community of really amazing people. But I could use amazing a lot when I describe Purium. Our philosophy is that the quality of the food you eat will equal the quality of the life that you live. We're going to focus simply on sugary foods and sugar and how we could actually break our addiction to sugar using our Purium superfoods. And in particular, one of my favorite products called Control, Regain Control. It's an amazing product. So let me just remind you that Purium is a made up word, but it's two really cool words, pure and premium. And if the quality of the life that you live is going to equal the quality of the food that you eat, and you eat consistently pure and premium food, what we call Purium food, and if you live a pure and premium lifestyle, what we call a Purium lifestyle, then you are going to experience wellness at a level that is pretty spectacular. We, in fact, promise you that you are going to look, feel, and perform better than you have before at any age. That's right. Regardless of age, you're going to look, feel, and perform better than you did before. And this is a promise we make, and it's a promise that we keep. But we all backslide. We all have moments, okay? And we've got a lot of those moments coming up. We've got, of course, Halloween that just passed. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, pies and all those other things. And we have Christmas candy. And then we have a resolution to stop doing all of that. And it's silly, right? Isn't it silly? But let's have some fun with it anyway. What does sugar do? The first thing we have to realize is that sugar isn't bad. Our body turns carbohydrates and other things into sugars, into glucose, so that we could have glycogen. Glucose and oxygen make glycogen. Glycogen is what fuels our body and our cells. So glucose itself, glycogen and such, of course, is needed by the body. But these sugar levels within our body need to be controlled. And what does that control look like? That control looks like a blood glucose level in a range of 80 to 100. Hopefully 83 to 97 would be a little more comfortable for me. But regardless, when you stay within that range, then you will not typically have as many food cravings. In fact, when your blood goes out of that range and you begin to have a carbohydrate craving, then your body could hijack that carbohydrate craving and associate it with other bad habits, whether it be smoking, drinking, eating other sugary foods, or some other behavior that we, again, associate mentally and psychologically with the sugar craving. And this has been proven by addiction experts and alcoholism experts. And when you control your blood glucose level, you have much better self-control. How is that accomplished? First, let's talk about what goes bad when we overconsume sugar, when we typically have our sugar going in the up level above 100 versus below 60. Because both are bad, but below 60, of course, means you need more. Over 100 means you have too much. What happens when you consistently have too much? The first thing that happens is you desire more. When your blood glucose breaks out of the comfort zone and it breaks out of the healthy zone, then it will then come streaking back down. It's a spike up. And when it comes spiking back down, the first thing you do is crave more spikes. This has been proven. Not only that, it causes inflammation of the cerebellum. And this affects some pretty serious conditions like Alzheimer's and all types of other conditions associated with aging, memory loss, and cognitive decline. So sugar also could lead to the overgrowth of bacteria, candida, yeast infections. When we consume these simple sugars, that our body actually will have not only spikes in sugar, but these sugars will have an impact directly on our tissue, damaging nerve endings, damaging tissue. If you scrub something with an abrasive that isn't supposed to be, scrubbed with an abrasive. These sugars actually cause little wounds, damage to tissue. And this is all caused by sugar. And that tissue could be in your brain, it could be in your heart. And so it could lead to heart issues, especially, and an increase in our body's creation of and maintaining of high cholesterol levels, trying to create a protective coating to protect against the damage done by sugar. Yes, that's why your body has these things like cholesterol. They're there to protect and defend you. So it's only when they get out of control that it's a problem. Why do they get out of control? Because our body makes more. Why does our body make more? Because our body's out of balance. How do we break those cravings? I'm going to give you a little bit of wisdom from Ayurvedic medicine. In Ayurvedic medicine, the way that you break that cycle is by taking bitters. We take bitter cherries, sour cherries, tart cherries every night in the ultimate lifestyle transformation. We also take bitters 2 other times during the day when we take our power shake, which are full of bitters. The greens, as the green leaves, are considered bitters. And there's a lot of green leaves in the power shake. And these 2 things acting in combination are very good at stopping your cravings for sugar and thus other addictive substances as well. But there's another magical thing that happens when you incorporate one of my favorite products. It's a masterpiece, it really is. And it should and could be used by so many people. And I want to walk you down and through the science behind the history and the really incredible story that is our product called Control. So Control, as you see, comes in, first of all, a biodegradable bag. And I personally just scissor it up and mix it into my compost. I take the label off first if it is one of our bags that is not yet pre-printed. Now, Control incorporates multiple ingredients with incredible science and history. One of my favorites, perhaps, though, is the opuntia, nopalito. This is something I ate as a child. It is food commonly consumed in Mexico, and nopal is a cactus. And this cactus is dried in the sun, and its hairs are super fine, and they dry in the sun, and they shrink down to less than 1%. Literally, you could have nopal in a little tiny bit, and it will expand into a lot. And guess what it does? It actually occupies blood glucose receptor sites. It occupies receptor sites because they believe that the nopalito fibers are sugar, but they actually coat and cover and occupy the glucose receptor sites. And so even if you've had some birthday cake or wedding cake, even if you had too many mashed potatoes, even if you had consumed some extra sugar, then the nopalito is going to control it within your body. Now, Garcinia gambosia, we've all heard of this. It's an Ayurvedic herb. And just like the Ayurvedic principle of bitters that we've already applied, Garcinia gambosia actually will stop your cravings for sweets. They will interrupt the signals that make your body believe that you want sugar. So they actually work on the psychological or the brain side. Now, the green tea polyphenols actually give your body the energy, the focus, and the feeling as though they actually had received something sweet, but they hadn't. It fools the body into believing that they received something sweet, but it has not. And now the white American ginseng will actually help your body to have higher oxygen levels, will help your body create more glycogen. So there'll be more oxygen to match up with any extra sugar that might be in your body, that the opuntia and the Garcinia gambosia and the green tea extract did not handle. But guess what? The white kidney bean is there as well. Now, the white kidney bean is something that most people don't know about. Now, this is going to blow your mind. White kidney beans can take sugar and turn them into complex carbohydrates. White kidney bean actually matches up with simple sugar and turns it into a complex carbohydrate. So it gathers up sugar in your body and turns it into slow burning carbs. It's really amazing. So you've got the white kidney bean working on excess sugar. You've got the nopal covering your glucose receptor sites. You've got the Garcinia gambosia and the green tea working on your body and your brain. And you've got the American ginseng increasing your ability to increase glycogen in case there is excess glucose or available glucose. And this all keeps your blood glucose levels in a stable range, even if you happen to be wandering off of the range or the reservation, however you choose to say it. So this is that product you take before you eat something that you know you can't avoid. You're at a birthday party, you're at a wedding, you're out to dinner with friends, someone serves you a plate of food, you don't want to offend them, something like that. So tonight, I just want to remind you that with all these seasons coming up, that it's really important that you don't get off of your ULT, don't get off of your Core 4, don't get off of your Purium, whatever it is that you've been consistent with, stay consistent. Stay consistent. Maybe add an extra green drink, maybe add some control. When you make a product, when you compose a product, it's like a painting, it's like a landscape, it's like one of your children. And I cannot be more proud of Control for the lives I've seen it change for addicts who are addicted to sugar and other things. So thank you once again for joining me tonight. It is such a pleasure to be part of this community, to be part of this family, to have you join me on these calls. And I just have to say, I look forward to the next one. Thank you once again. Good night, everybody.